Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Gobind. This is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for watching here live, and thank you guys for watching the replay. Thank you for giving the video a thumbs up and also for subscribing, and welcome to all the new subscribers. Hey Rebecca, hey Erica, hey Debbie, hey Suzanne, hey April, welcome in. Hey Valerie, thank you guys for saying hi as you guys come into the chat. And we have a pretty powerful, hey Shannon, we have a pretty powerful astrology chart to cover, which is the chart for the new moon in Sagittarius, which is tomorrow. So technically today is the darkest day of the moon, right before the new moon. And in general, new moons are all about setting intentions. They are about understanding, you know, where you've come and coming to realizing what it is that you're ready to manifest from here on out. Hey Alexa, how's it going? Yay, the gang is in here. So I've had a pretty awesome weekend. I don't know about you guys. We just came out of this very beautiful conjunction between Venus and Jupiter, the two benefics, the two planets that activate love, that expand the energy of love, and they make relationships really powerful. Hey Richie, we are in Sagittarius season for sure. And so this conjunction happened just yesterday. I was at this amazing concert, this Nako concert with some girlfriends and my husband. Hey Darcy, and we just had a blast. Hey Christina, welcome in. It was so powerful to be at an event that expands love. Because the band is actually a band that is like a spiritual sort of vibe. And it was just really beautiful to be there and feel the energy get magnified because of that Venus-Jupiter conjunction. So this is positive, you guys. This is really good. We also just finished a very intense Scorpio season where many people, whether you were aware of it or not, I think everybody, not just many people, but everybody went through very dark and transformative experiences where we got to look deeply into the darkness. We got to look deeply into where we're at, and we got to understand if we want to get to a more positive place in our lives, if we want to truly heal, then we need to heal parts of ourselves that we haven't, healed. We need to look at parts of ourselves that we haven't looked at. And so that is what we just came out of. But now we're in this like beautiful fiery Sagittarius energy. So things are going to feel lighter. I'm feeling a lot lighter. Hey Sheila, how's it going? I hope you guys are feeling lighter too. And I'm excited to talk about this new moon and all the things that it is bringing for us, because we're getting ready for eclipse season, you guys. This is the last new moon before an eclipse in December. Eclipses happen every 6 months or so. And so the moon right before the eclipses and the moon after the eclipses, they're the little container, but eclipses they also affect us like for the next 6 months to come. And these eclipses are happening on December 25th, believe it or not. Christmas Day, if you celebrate Christmas Day will be an eclipse. It'll be a little bit of a gnarly eclipse. It's not going to feel that good. But eclipses are revolutions. They change things, and they shift things so that once shifted, we can go towards a new path, or at least choose something different for ourselves. And then we will be having a lunar eclipse in January, on January 10th, right before, hey James, right before the Saturn Pluto conjunction in Capricorn at 22 degrees from January 10th through the 12th. So that lunar eclipse energy will also have that Saturn Pluto conjunction, which so many people have been talking about because it hasn't happened in years and years and years. And every time something like this does happen, where Saturn and Pluto conjunct at exactly the same degrees, and they come together, things happen where structurally we start to see a lot of big changes and big shifts in government, in corporations, in all kinds of, external structures. Those things are going to have to shift, are going to start to shift a lot. And of course, it takes time for things like that to change and shift, but we're going to see some pretty big changes when it comes to government and that kind of structural, authority-driven energy. Yes. Right before your birthday? Wonderful. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about what this new moon in Sagittarius represents, and then I'll show you the chart and show you where everything is in the chart. January is talked about, is in the 12th to the 13th. You can feel and see it coming. I know. I feel like I've been feeling it for a long time. But this day is pretty important, tomorrow. Today we're getting ready for it. So the darkest day of the moon is an energy to, it's internal. It's like an internal process. It is the darkest day of the whole cycle of the moon. Right after today, the light starts coming back, and the moon starts to wax until it becomes full, and then it wanes until it becomes all the way dark again, which is today. And so on this day, this isn't the day to set intentions. This isn't the day to start to figure things out. Tomorrow is the day to set those intentions. Tomorrow is the day to activate more of that creative energy and to get ready energetically for what's coming, because what's coming is really huge. Like, we have not had these kind of transits in years and years and years. That's why they're so significant, because they're marking very huge shifts in the world, on planet Earth. On planet Earth, huge shifts. As you know, I have been talking a little bit about how the age of Aquarius, which we're transitioning into, officially begins when Jupiter and Saturn enter Aquarius, December 21st of 2020. And both of those signs, both of those planets sort of come together, the planet of expansion and then the planet of maturity and authority, and they're both going to be in Aquarius. So that will be the actual day that the age of Aquarius officially begins. But there's kind of like a transitional period. It's like a years of transitional period. And so more and more we start to move into a different energy of where we're headed as the human race, as a planet, you could say. These ages are like thousands of years. So to be alive during this powerful time is very significant, because we get to have this role, sort of a front seat row, and play a role in the shift. And that's why we're here. That's why we're light workers and starseeds. And we connect with each other. We connect with each other through things like channels like this. We connect through each other through community. We connect to each other. We sort of attract each other, because light workers are lights, right? Light workers have bright souls, and we come here to bring light. That's what a light worker is. You shine bright, and so you bring that light into the world, and you help to create change, and you help to create shift, and you help to anchor the light onto the planet, and at the same time help other people like discover their own light. And speaking of light, you guys, Sagittarius is a powerful energy. Sagittarius is the truth seeker. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and it also rules the 9th house of spiritual integration. And I believe that this new moon will be clarity for us on our path forward. It's a huge transition between the energies that we have been seeing and the energies that we're moving into in December and January. And like I said, it's the beginning of the eclipse season. Some of the more specific aspects that are going to be happening literally tomorrow and in the next couple of days are Venus is going to move into Capricorn. And Capricorn is a much more serious energy. Thank you, Darcy, for that donation. Capricorn is a much more serious energy. I don't think Venus really likes to be in Capricorn, but the point is that there's a lot of Capricorn coming, a lot of Capricorn energy. And I'll talk about that in a little bit more in a minute. But so Venus is moving into Capricorn. Also, tomorrow is the last day that Neptune is retrograde in Pisces. So retrograde planets are internal shifts, and direct planets are kind of like all systems go. So once Neptune goes direct on Wednesday, the only planet that is going to be retrograde is Uranus. And Uranus takes a while to sort of transition from retrograde to direct, usually. But right now, it's not going to go direct anytime soon. But it will be the only planet retrograde, which means the energy is of go. Like, it's time to go, take action, move forward. That's what direct action means. And that's why Get Ready for What's Coming is the title of this video, because there's a lot coming, and if you're not ready, you're going to feel like you missed the boat, because the energy is sort of going to harden. It's going to solidify. Right now it's fire, and it was water. Although Scorpio is a fixed sign, it was still a watery, flowy energy that moved. It started with Libra, right? It started with Libra, which is air, and then it moved into water, and then it's fire, and then it's earth. And when it gets to earth energy, which is what Capricorn is, it's like, all right, time to slow down enough to be able to see what we're doing, get a hold of where we're going, sort of take account of everything, make sure you're ready, take your time preparing, and slowly, steadily start moving forward towards manifesting what you've imagined. Hey, Isabel, what you've created, what has come alive for you in your mind, in your imagination, in your intuition. And now we're literally going to, this Sagittarius new moon is the one of the last portals that opens up before this very like solid energy of moving forward, sort of climbing that mountain. Hey, Leanne, welcome in. It's the last portal that opens up, and we get to still be creative for the next few days. And then it's like, all right, the analogy that I want to use is the sort of like a climber that climbs mountains, right? For example, let's take Mount Everest, for example. When you go climb Mount Everest, you don't just like show up in a t-shirt and shorts to go hiking. You know, like you actually take months to prepare. You will literally, hey Deidre, you will literally have, you know, maybe a coach, and you'll hike every day, and you'll hike 14ers every day, and you'll get your body ready, and then you'll buy everything, all the tools that you're gonna need to go on that hike, to go on that climb. And you're gonna get all the gear to do this, and you're gonna research it, and you're gonna know exactly what you're gonna need. You're not gonna go unprepared to climb Mount Everest. And it seems like the climb of such a huge mountain is impossible to do, but it is not impossible if you are ready, if you prepared for it, because when you do those two things, you will be successful at it. That's Capricorn, you guys. That's Capricorn in a nutshell. You will be successful because you will have prepared for what's coming. So it's time, like if you haven't yet figured out where do you want to, what energy, even if you just figure out what energy you want to move towards in your life, it's as simple as that. Because honestly, you guys, when we change and shift our energy and we connect emotionally to something different than what we have, we start to manifest that something that feels different to us. So if you haven't yet figured out where it is that you want to go, I suggest you do that in the next couple of days, specifically tomorrow. One of the best ways to do that is to journal. Journal where you're going. Where do you want to go? This is going to be one of the most powerful new moons to actually set intentions. And we will be doing a new moon ceremony tomorrow on this channel at the same time at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so it's an opportunity for us to gather and create sacred space and do this that I'm talking about, connect and align with what you really want. The other aspect that's happening that's really beautiful is that the moon is going to be quincunxing Uranus and activating our energy. So this day is going to feel a little bit like time will stop, and we'll be giving an opportunity to see exactly how far we've come, like where we're at. And because of the Sagittarius energy that's still here with the sun in Sagittarius, Jupiter as the last degrees of Sagittarius, and the moon at Sagittarius, those are the last three Sagittarian placements in the chart in the next couple of days. Because of that Sagittarius energy, it's going to be this last portal that opens up, this last opportunity. And from this day forward, there's going to be less energy supporting change and more energy supporting stability. Like I mentioned, Capricorn is very much about. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to the astrology chart display and make sure that we are live on my iPad program. Shannon, finding the magic playground has been great preparation for the climb. Yes, exactly. It definitely has. It is me, Sheila. Okay. There we go. Okay, so you're looking at the chart right now. I'm going to make sure that you can actually see me scribble on it. This is actually a really fun part for me, is the scribbling on the chart. Okay, so there we go. And let's do a little test. Yep, it works. Fantastic. So let's see what's going on. We have the sun and the moon conjunct at 3 degrees. I mean, look at this, you guys. 3 degrees is literally the sacred number. It's 33, and that's the number of the ascended masters. When they come into the picture here on a new moon, you better believe it's going to be a powerful day of manifestation. The ascended masters will be supporting us through this transition into the new world, which we have been doing, but these are moments in time that are marked by powerful energies. This is why we focus on the new moon. This is why we focus on the full moon. This is why we talk about the transits that are significant, because they are like portals and they do take us to other dimensions, literally take us to other dimensions. We have Venus moving into Capricorn, where it gets a little more serious, where it starts to be a little bit less, flashy and showy, and it starts to be a little bit more, it retrieves into its own space. It makes sure that before it starts to act in relationships, before it starts to do anything, to communicate, to act, to interact, it feels safe. It makes sure that it is safe before it goes out there. That's Venus in Capricorn. Mars, remember I talked about it. I did a video. If you guys haven't checked out yet, I actually just released the Psychic Moon Gifts video, where I go over each of the moon signs and tell you all about what your moon sign represents and what psychic gifts you have based on your moon sign. So make sure you guys check that video out. And I also did a special astrological report video where I talked about this Venus-Jupiter conjunction that we just had, and also the Mars-Uranus opposition. It was exact on Sunday, but this opposition is still going on because we have this thing called orb, and it's like a few degrees difference, still an opposition. When it's exact, it's the most powerful, but then when it varies, it's still there. The energy is still there. And Mars and Uranus opposing create unpredictability. Hey, Angel, create things that are kind of like surprises. Things that we're not really sure they're here, but then boom, they're here. And it can be exciting. It can be really exciting, but if you're not okay with change and shifting and things like that, you can resist it a lot. I would recommend you do not resist the things the universe wants to take you in this other direction. Like, I recommend you go in that direction. These surprises, these activations, Mars and Uranus, are things that I think are here right now in this moment to make sure that we don't get stuck. Because you don't want to get stuck. Because if you get stuck right now with a certain belief system or with a certain way of feeling or thinking about stuff, those patterns get solidified in the next few days. You don't want to be stuck climbing Mount Everest in a t-shirt and shorts, because you'll literally die. It's that kind of thing. Coming back to the analogy of climbing Mount Everest. You want to be ready. You want to be prepared. You still want to have an open mind right now, so you know which direction you really want to take your life. Because that's the whole point of even looking at astrology or talking about astrology, is because it helps us it guides us in life. It gives us clues. It gives us insight into the universe and where we're moving as a collective. And I love looking at astrology and seeing the collective aspects of it, because I feel like sometimes those are more important or more powerful than the individual ones. And then sometimes, that your own individual aspects and how your own chart relates to what's happening in the world is like, that's more of your internal journey. But as a collective, this is what we're going through. This is what we're feeling right now. Neptune is almost direct, you guys. Tomorrow will be the last day that Neptune is retrograde, but it also means that Neptune is completely stopped. That's why this is a day where time stops and we get to see. and we get to find more clarity in our lives and understand where we're at, and know that if we're not quite aligned with where we want to be, like, of all the new moons that we've had, this is the one where you really want to get your mind space into where you really want it to be. Don't think about negative stuff. Don't tell yourself you're not good enough. This is not a time to be insecure or to let your insecurities take a hold of you or your life. This is a time to be confident. Mars in Scorpio is very confident. He's also very passionate. He wants to get things done, and he wants to do it in a way that makes it feel good. This is how we're taking action. We're diving deep. We've been diving deep, but Mars will be in Scorpio for a little bit, helping us to continue that process. Everything that we just saw in this Scorpio Mercury retrograde, everything that we were shown, we were given as visions of our life, those things, now with Mars in Scorpio, we are getting an opportunity to make the changes. So if you saw something in yourself that you don't like, now you get the opportunity to make that change. And this new moon is making this even more of a potent time, especially with the Mars-Uranus opposition. This Pisces going direct on Wednesday will mean that there's only one planet, and it'll be Uranus, that will be retrograde, and everything else will be direct. This is like Capricorn energy on steroids, you guys, because Capricorn is the goat, remember, and the goat just climbs the mountain. It just goes up. Like it works hard to get what it wants. And so it's all systems go. It's time to go. Like, no one's going to wait. The ship is not going to wait for you. The bus is not going to wait for you if you're getting there late. The train's not going to wait for you. If you show up late to an airplane, to your flight, the doors close and you missed your flight. Like, that's why when you feel connection, when you feel a calling, when you feel something calling you towards it, this is not the time to say, I'm not sure, maybe next year, maybe in a couple of months, I'll feel good about that. Right now, it's just not a good time. I just don't think I can do it. That's not the way to think right now. The way to think right now is, you know what? I don't know exactly how it's going to happen or how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to freaking do this. I'm going to trust my intuition. I'm going to just go with it. I'm going to go towards the first thing that makes me feel good, towards the first thing that makes me feel passionate. I'm just going to go towards that, and I'm just going to do it. And I'm just going to trust that the universe will provide everything that I need to move forward. Jupiter is at its last degrees of Sagittarius. When a planet is at its last degrees of a sign, especially in its home sign, Jupiter rules Sagittarius, it intensifies things. So that's why this is, again, a portal. Jupiter expands the truth in Sagittarius. It expands the spiritual quest to get towards spiritual integration. We need to be okay with traveling beyond our comfort zone. You cannot discover new things if you don't go and travel. And that's what Jupiter is all about. And it's not about getting in your car and going somewhere. It's about traveling energetically into the unknown and trusting that you're going to be okay. It's about embarking on a quest that activates your inner light, that makes you feel like you're on the right track, that makes you feel like you're doing what you came to the planet to do. What's your mission? It's being on a mission. Being human is not easy. We get sort of thrown off the horse. We fall down. and we feel insecure about ourselves, and that's a normal human thing, human experience. But it is not the determining factor. Your soul is stronger than that. Your soul never goes out of alignment. You're the one that goes out of alignment. You're the one that chooses to go a different direction than your soul wants you to go. And if you're not listening to the call of your soul, you're gonna go the wrong way. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, but there is a wrong way to go. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just trying to point out the fact that you have a direction, you have a purpose, you have a mission. Like, that is what we're here for. If you're a light worker, if you're a starseed, you want to go in that direction. And the way that you know that you're going in that direction is you feel good, you feel passionate, you feel alive, you have that zest for life, and you're like, yes, I want more of this. My life is so much more than just what people tell me it is, than what the TV tells me it is. All that kind of stuff. It is so much more, you guys. It is so much more. You just have to connect to that truth. And that's what the last degrees of Sagittarius is doing. It's like, hey, don't forget. Let's turn up the heat. Literally in a fire sign. Let's turn up the heat. It's not hot enough. You're not sweating enough. It's like being in a hot yoga class where it's like so hot and humid that it feels like you're in the freaking rainforest in the jungle. That's what it feels like. That's what this new moon is. And we're starting to see, let me show you this other part. We're starting to see a lot more Capricorn energy. Look at all this. That's a lot of Capricorn. Pluto, Saturn, South Node, Venus. On December 2nd and 3rd, Jupiter will move into Capricorn. The moon is moving into Capricorn next. And it's going to be this like huge stellium in the next week of all Capricorn energy. And into December. When the moon on this new moon day quincunxes Uranus. Uranus is the planet of the Kundalini energy, the Kundalini rising, electricity, revolution, innovation. Uranus is different. He's not the norm. He's the opposite of the norm. Uranus rules the sign of Aquarius. And as we're moving into this energy of Aquarius, this age of Aquarius, Aquarius will guide us there. Aquarius wants to look beyond what's right here. Aquarius knows that there's way more than this. And that Uranus energy is going to be quincunxing the moon tomorrow. Electrifying it. Literally. Electrifying the moon, which is at 3 degrees, the sun, which is at 3 degrees, and that number 33, the ascended masters, this is like an electrification of the moon. Chiron is trining the moon. Chiron is the wounded healer, but he shows us how to heal. Right now in Aries, he's showing us how to let go of our ego. To release the need to be right, or to be, the best, or to do things ourselves. Meaning in an Aries kind of way, right? To do things where we don't take into consideration anything else but what we want. That's what we're healing right now. That's what Chiron is helping us heal. So we go from being us, from focusing on us, to focusing collectively and looking at everything and everyone involved. Everything and everyone involved. And there's another interesting aspect, which is Juno over here. Juno, she's like the asteroid, but she represents marriage or relationships, or like long lasting relationships. This is like soulmate relationships. This is like twin flame relationships. And I think it's significant to talk about it because a lot of us are on that kind of journey. For example, I am on a soulmate journey. My husband, we've known each other in past lives. We felt since the moment we met that we had such a deep connection, that we knew this was special. And it wasn't easy to sort of put all the pieces together to make sure that our lives worked well together, but we did it because we knew how important it was for our spiritual growth to be together, to be in each other's lives. And that's what I'm talking about. Those kind of relationships are really important for us lightworkers, starseeds, anyone on a soulmate or a twin flame journey. Whatever you feel that connection is between you and someone, this is significant. The new moon is sextiling that. And right now Juno is in Libra. So this is about finding balance in our relationships. This is about knowing that everybody has to put a little piece in. It's not just all on one person. You play your part, your person plays their part, and you work together to make it happen. So if you're in a soulmate relationship or twin flame relationship this moon, and if you guys are both kind of on that path, if you're on that path of, I guess you could call it ascension, or even just in a more general sense, spiritual growth, if you're on that path, what you need to do is just listen to your intuition and just keep moving forward and working together. And you know what, you guys, these relationships, they don't have to be like romantic either. We can be in relationships with people that are friends or partners of some kind, that we either work together or you just have a friendship. You can have those kind of relationships be a part of your journey as well. So this kind of, to me, points to all types of relationships and all types of things that are significant in our lives that help us with the working together with other people to reach our mission. It's totally happening, Darcy. It's totally happening. I myself, I am meeting more people and getting to know different types of people. And it's funny because when I moved to Portland, that was one of the things that I was like, well, I knew a lot of people in Boulder, but I never really hung out with those people. It's almost like, I talked about this before, but that cycle ended and now it's time for a new cycle. And I can feel that newness sparking or activating. And I'll go off camera for this next part. But basically, this is, and I said it and I'll say it again, this new moon is the beginning of eclipse season, you guys. I get rid of negative Nellies. It's not just like-minded people, it's like energetic connection. What we're going to start to see in December, you guys, how much time do we have? Let me look at my calendar. Let me literally look at my calendar. So next week is, so this week is Thanksgiving, right? Let's talk about the holidays. I mean, oh my God, there's so much going on. If I look at my calendar right now, we have December literally starts on Sunday. What? What? That's crazy. That's insane. That just hit me. December literally starts on Sunday. Can you believe that? When I say that, I'm just like, wait, what? That is crazy. November is almost over. We have that, solar eclipse on December 25th in Capricorn. We have the winter solstice on the 21st. It's a powerful energy shift for the next 6 months or so. We're going to be in that energy, and whatever's going on around that time, we are going to be feeling for the next 6 months. Right? Yeah, right, Shannon? Like, this is crazy. Venus in December is going to move into Aquarius. Venus travels pretty fast. And Mercury, you know how it was in Scorpio for like forever? We felt it like it was forever because it was in Scorpio for like more than 20 days or something like that. But Mercury is going to start flying through the signs. It's going to move into Sagittarius, and then it's going to move into Capricorn by the end of the month in December. And there's a lot of planets that will be direct in December. So again, that energy of like all systems go. I am in the Portland area now. Hey, Sandy. And we're moving forward into January, preparing for that Saturn-Pluto conjunction. It's very significant times, you guys. Very, very, very significant times. So we talk about the new moon, but really we talked about everything. Honestly, on this broadcast, I talked about everything. So if you just came in, make sure that you watch the replay to get an idea of what it is that, why this moon is significant. You have to understand what happened and what's happening in the future to understand why this moon is significant. And that's why I love doing these broadcasts to talk about this stuff with you guys and to kind of go deeper into this information. Like I said, remember that I did a video that is all about the psychic, your psychic moon gifts. So depending on what sign your moon is in, I talk about what psychic gift naturally you have based on that. That's the last video. Hey, Wendy, that's the last video I just did. And I also did a special astrology report for last week, as well as a pick a card reading. That's the other thing that I do on this channel is I do pick a card readings. So let's go over the schedule a little bit for the week because there's a lot going on the channel. Hey, Jessica. Oh my God, I haven't caught you live in so long. Miss your energy. Being an Aquarius, Moon, Pisces, Sun, I'm trying to use this energy as wisely as possible. Yes, Jessica. Hey, Noelle, welcome in. You're welcome, Noelle. Thank you for having that done. Noelle had a reading with Jason and I. We are doing that holiday special, you guys, till the end of December, so make sure that you guys sign up for that. I do your natal astrology chart, and Jason does the map of destiny reading. They've been so much fun to do. We have another one on Wednesday, and yeah, so just check that out. The description has the information on how exactly to sign up for that, but yes. Nice, thanks, Noelle. So tomorrow is the new moon, okay? We're gonna do the new moon ceremony tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you've never watched it before, I highly recommend you come. I will be playing some music. I have a new song, you guys, that I wrote while I was at the cabin or the beach house that I'm gonna play for you guys tomorrow. So new song tomorrow, and I play the music right after we do the tarot reading. On Wednesday, I am going to be premiering the December astrological forecast video. So I'll be with you guys in the chat on Wednesday evening, again at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And Thursday's Thanksgiving, oh my God. And then on the weekend, Saturday, I will be releasing the December pick a card prediction video. It's exciting to have Jai tell us. I love it. You're welcome, Darcy. You're just across the bridge. Nice. Yes, Sheila, that would be really fun. Hey, Patricia. Hey, yes, a new song. Yes, it's called 12th House Gemini. I actually freaking love it. I've been singing it like to myself this week. Okay, wait, I wanted to show you guys my cup. I'm just gonna take a little sip. But I'm not gonna say it out loud. Yes, yes. Yes. Does it involve an eagle? The song? Oh, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support and for being here tonight and every time I go live. And thanks for sharing my videos out. I know you guys have been sharing my videos out in different groups and stuff, and I so appreciate that. You have no idea, because that's kind of how we get the word out, and we can just keep kind of telling people what's going on, the energies. Leanne. So I'll leave you guys with that. Thank you again for being here, and thank you for watching the replay. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Rest up tonight, because tomorrow we're going to hit it hard with this new moon ceremony. I love you guys too. Ciao.